he would be the last choosing what to get. He would
Mm-hmm.
stand in front of looking at all 31 options,
Mm-hmm.
and he would just stare. Everybody would choose. He would be the last one to choose. Every time, he'd nod his head, and he'd look at Human Mother. He'd say, vanilla. He would spend all that time looking at all the different options. Then he'd turn to Human Mother and say, vanilla,
Vanilla.
vanilla.
That's
But then
funny.
he got really into milkshakes. And he would
Oh.
always get like the really good ones, like the cookies and cream ones. And like
Mm-hmm.
he always seemed to know when we'd go to a restaurant, if it was one of those restaurants that has like those milkshake machines,
Yeah.
and they'd like give it to you in like the fancy like glass
Mm-hmm.
cup,
Mm-hmm.
but they'd
Yep.
also give you the like metal cup that they make it in.
Yeah.
And those always feel so special. Like, oh
They
my
do, for
gosh.
sure,
You
yeah.
know, and I'd be like, how do you figure this out? How do you know that this is one of those restaurants? Okay, I am thinking the smoked salmon is priced too high because it's really not moving very well.
Okay. I'll put it down some more. Uh, let's see. Let's do
Which is
like
unfortunate because I like smoked salmon. I like it on
um
bagels with cream cheese.
yeah. Let's
Uh,
see.
okay, what is the weirdest pizza you've ever had?
Huh. Um so there's one that I actually really like. It's a veggie pizza, but they put broccoli on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it had like feta, broccoli, I think mushrooms, onions, and tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's not super weird sounding, but I've never had a pizza had broccoli on it before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but other than that, I would say like I've had some interesting dessert pizzas before.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I've
there's
had a
some that are
really
like pie
good one
flavored, like
once.
apple pie. It has like
Uh-huh.
pie filling on top of it,
Oh, nice.
and then they'll put like caramel or something over, like a drizzle over it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then there's this place. I think it's a chain. You might have heard of it, but I'm not sure. It's called Mellow Mushroom.
I'm not sure. Sounds vaguely
They
familiar.
they do like artisanal pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And their crust is like house-made crust.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. And they like slice all of their stuff the day of and everything, and it's all fresh. And they have some really interesting combinations. They tend to be more of like a their theme is a little bit like a psychedelic kind of
Mm-hmm.
like they make fun of like marijuana and stuff like that. Like they make
Right.
jokes on their menu, like named
Right.
things after marijuana and stuff like that. They're kind of
Right.
like a stoner type restaurant type of thing.
Uh-huh.
But they have like really interesting pizzas. Like they have this one that's called the Fun Guy
Mm-hmm.
that has like three different types of mushrooms on it and caramelized onions and like a garlic aioli with shaved parmesan on top. But they have some like really interesting pizzas too at Mellow
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Austin, pizza. We're talking about pizza. What about you? Like, what kind of weird pizzas have you had?
So there was a place near where I used to live in California, and
Mm-hmm.
they had like all kinds of crazy things you could get on pizza. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the reason I asked that question is because I've actually had a lox and cream cheese pizza.
Oh,
Which,
interesting.
which, when you think about it, makes sense because if you get lox and cream cheese on a bagel, I mean, it's not
Mm-hmm.
that much different from
That's
getting,
true.
you know. But I've also had oysters on pizza.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it was just out of curiosity. It wasn't bad. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's my favorite choice, but when I think about people complaining about pineapple on pizza, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the strangest thing that you've ever had on pizza? No.
Yeah, Austin just brought up pineapple pizza. I was about to ask you about it. I don't
Yeah.
actually mind pineapple on pizza. I think it adds a nice like sweet element to it.
I like it on a
Hmm.
Hawaiian pizza. I probably won't I'm not interested in it on like any other kind of pizza.
Yeah, I've actually had mushroom and pineapple pizza before
Mm-hmm.
because I'm vegetarian. It's not
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but it's not bad.
I think I honestly like it's not an ingredient I choose
Yeah,
necessarily. Like if
yeah.
I'm getting a pizza, like usually what I do is I'll get like a thin crust pizza. I
Hmm.
usually get like pesto or like a Parmesan garlic kind of sauce rather
Hmm.
than tomato sauce. Um, I usually get like chicken, mushrooms, um, maybe what am I thinking? Veggies. I usually like to get a lot of different veggies.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if I have the option, I'll get like artichoke hearts.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that's a good topping for pizza.
yeah, yeah.
That was something that Mello did as well. They had a sub that I really liked there. Well, it's like hoagie, but it's oh, what was on it? It was like artichoke hearts and mushrooms and I think sauerkraut maybe or something else. But
Sauerkraut.
it was
Huh.
really interesting, and they didn't carry it all the time. But it also had like Thousand Island dressing on it, so
Mm-hmm.
it was very weird.
Hmm.
But yeah, they make good food. I used to work at a Mellow Mushroom. That's why I'm talking about it so much because I know their menu
Uh,
so well.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have their menu kind of in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I've actually worked for like two or three different pizza places before.
Oh, wow.
I worked at Mellow Mushroom and I worked at another one that it was a local franchise. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like it was when I lived in Columbus. It was like a family owned franchise, and they had
Okay.
multiple stores. So I trained in one and then I ended up working in a different one.
Mm.
Um, but they did like a thin crust pizza was like kind of their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked for it wasn't even a pizza company. It was a French restaurant that did like mussels and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but they also did personal pizzas on ciabatta bread.
Nice.
And we made like a traditional ciabatta with like oh, what is that stuff called? Like malt extract, like the like sticky like fermented malt stuff that you can buy to put into like bread and stuff.
Interesting.
So it was like a true ciabatta, and it was so good. And one of the best compliments I ever got was that I make a pretty pizza.
Ah, nice.
So I think that's why they hired me is because I like did like a trial in their kitchen, and they had me make a pizza because that was going to be like my main job,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that I made a really pretty pizza.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah,
Presentation does matter with food.
yeah, especially pizza because you can't have like pepperoni on one side of the pizza and like have it all haphazardly placed. You know what I mean? Like it has to have
Right.
a good
An even
spread
distribution.
out.
Right.
Yeah, even distribution of toppings. You know.
Okay. I think we refilled everything.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Um, I can tell you if you want to do the order. I can tell you what we need.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Let me just double check one more thing. Yeah, we could put these out. Still have a couple left. And then I think about one of these. Yeah, there we go.
I like some of the things that, uh, like the names of some of these products. Like the fruit yogurt is Frugen with a with a exclamation point,
Yeah.
and vanilla yogurt is Yelp.
Okay. So starting with the frozen foods.
Okay.
Um, we need red pizza, green pizza. We need French fries and the crispy potatoes. Or actually, no, cancel that crispy potatoes. We don't need that. We need the Mr. Bean green beans.
Mr. Bean.
Yep. And we need let's see, that's full. Oh, we don't have any ice cream. We need ice cream.
Okay. Should I
We
get 2 or
need
1?
get 2 just because we are completely out, and I think 1 box will fill it. So it'd be
Okay.
nice to have some overstock just in case.
Mm-hmm.
We could do vegetable lasagna and the bolognese lasagna.
Okay.
And also the fondue.
Fondue.
And I think that's all we need for frozen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move on to the sodas.
Uh-huh.
We need, let's see. We need the black label sodas,
Yep.
Zap sodas. Actually,
Okay.
just get 1 of each. We'll get 1 of each.
Yeah,
We'll use them.
those go fast.
Yeah, we'll use them. I think cheese is okay. We don't necessarily need to buy it right now. We do need, let's see. Do 1 of each of the yogurts.
Yes, always.
Yeah. We're good on butter. We could actually use the Parmigiano Reggiano cheese.
Okay.
We could use that. Let's see. Now we're on to seafood. So let's do crab sticks.
Okay.
And I think that's it for seafood.
Okay, do we want to stock up on a little extra of the big sushi because that goes fast?
Yeah, go ahead and grab 1 big sushi.
Okay.
So we still have like, let's see, we have 9 in storage, so that's not too bad. We still have a lot of the condiments. Hummus is pretty full. I don't think we really need it today.
Okay.
That stuff is good. We could use the pasta, the panzani pasta.
So did we have enough of the yellow cat food?
We need that. We need that actually.
Because I thought I saw that was empty.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
completely
get 2
empty.
of those since that was empty.
Yeah. You could probably, I think we can fit 1 row of pat as well.
Okay.
Oh wait, we have some pat. Oh no, we don't. Never mind. Yeah, we could use some pat.
Okay.
And then what else? We are starting to get a little bit low on the canned tuna, the blue can,
Okay.
not the pate, but the actual canned tuna.
The big one.
Yeah. We could use apple juice.
Apple juice. Yep.
What else? Let's see. Rice and cereal are good. The chocolate spread is full. Tea is not bad actually. We could probably use 1 of the purple bag tea.
Okay.
And a coffee.
Coffee. Coffee was in basic
I
products.
think it's 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And then going back to soda, we could use the red packs and the white packs.
Okay.
And I think that's everything.
Oh, there's something I was thinking. Do we want
Oh, actually, we need blue flour too.
blue flour?
We have a little bit, but we're probably gonna need more.
Okay. There's something else I was thinking too.
The cane sugar.
Cane sugar. Eggs. How are we on eggs?
Oh yeah, we do need eggs. You're right. I looked right past those. Yeah, we need eggs. And also, if you want to, we could do 1 of the white flour from Sublet.
White flour from Sublet. Yep.
And I think that is it. I think that's all we need.
Okay. I purchased them all.
Okay.
And we still have plenty of money, so
Yeah, I
maybe
agree.
we should add another thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fondue. I'm fond of fondue.
We could actually expand the store too if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. Is that fondue? Yep.
Give us a little bit more space to work with.
Okay, I am so full of food. I can't eat for like another 12 hours at least.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'll probably sleep well.
that's good.
Yeah.
I really only eat like 2 meals a day anyway.
Yeah. It depends for me. Like on a work day,
Mm-hmm.
I get so hungry. Like I have to have my meals, I have to have my snacks. Because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, I am constantly up and down, like in my chair, out of my chair, in my chair, out of my chair, running around, getting stuff done.
Yeah.
We have a new patient every 15 minutes at least.
Oof.
And the doctor doesn't like to keep anybody waiting in the lobby. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, when you go to a doctor and you have to wait forever, that doesn't
Yeah.
happen at our clinic. Like,
Oh, that's good.
that's like, it just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
She won't let that happen. Like, if somebody comes an hour early, she
Mm-hmm.
will try to get them in a room earlier because she doesn't feel comfortable if people are sitting in the lobby waiting.
Wow, I mean, that's good. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
opposite of most doctors' offices.
Yeah, yeah. And it does really matter to her that the patients feel like they're being treated well and respected and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
because it's their time too.
exactly.
They might have some place to be after. And
Yeah.
sometimes that does happen. They'll come to us and they'll be like, well, I have to be out of here at a certain time. And then we'll be like, okay, well, we'll do what we can to make sure that you get out of here on time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's important. I think there's a lot of doctors who kind of treat it like, you know, it's their time. Like
Right,
it's not also the patient's time or
right,
like the nurse's time or like the people who work at the front desk's time. It's everybody's time is considered.
right. Yeah, I think it's important, especially for like doctors' offices, to have a policy where if you're more than like 15 minutes late, you have to reschedule kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
we do that.
Yeah, I think that's important too, especially just to keep everything on time.
Yeah. And we don't charge people if they like if they cancel within
Mm-hmm.
24 hours, like we don't charge them for that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but we do charge them if they don't show. So we have a no
Yeah,
show fee.
yeah,
Cuz that's really disrespectful to the other patients who might
yeah,
want to
for
get in,
sure.
cuz most of the time, like every once in a while, like we have a week where, it's not so busy. But most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, it is very hard for patients to get appointments at
Right.
any like healthcare place in the area. So like a lot of times we'll have people on a wait list.
Yeah.
And so we try to make sure like if people cancel ahead of time, like even if it's like, a few hours ahead, there's still a chance we could get somebody in for that appointment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if, people are like, selfish and like, they don't bother to even call and say, "Hey, I need to cancel my appointment." Then not only does that waste our time and
Mm-hmm.
we're out the price of an appointment, but it
Mm-hmm.
also is really disrespectful to the people who might be in pain who really want to be seen.
Right. I mean, yeah, it makes sense.
So, I think, there's good customer service to consider, even in a doctor's
Right, right.
office.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I've taken like my mom, for example, to a lot of doctor's appointments over the past few years, and like that's always the hardest part is just waiting to be seen.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I don't understand how we can go like an hour past the scheduled time and still not have been like taken back to see the doctor. And
yeah.
that's happened before like multiple
Hmm.
times with with some of my mom's appointments, and I've even experienced it myself with some of my
Yeah.
own appointments. And
Right.
it's so frustrating because it's like, I was half an hour early or I was 15 minutes early, but
Right.
like
And sometimes they'll
you're
even
not gonna
tell you
see
to
me
come
for
early.
yeah.
And
But
it's
like
like,
you're not gonna see me for like an hour.
yeah, like you told me to come early, and now, like, I have to wait here an hour and a half for
Mm-hmm.
you because you told me
Yep.
to come early? Like,
Yep.
what is that?
Yep. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But, my dentist is good about that, too. They usually
Oh, that's
get me
good.
in pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say it's a lot easier getting a doctor's appointments where I live now than
Mm-hmm.
back before when I lived in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Where I would wait like 6 months to a year before I'd be able to see a doctor, kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Down here, I could see like maybe if it's the middle of the week, like I could probably see them on Monday, like the
Uh-huh.
first thing next week, kind of a thing.
Right.
So it's a lot easier to get appointments where I live now versus before, but the waiting is just it's awful sometimes.
Right.
For no real like discernible reason. Like there'll be nobody else out in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the only one sitting there and it takes like an hour still to be
Right.
seen. I don't know why.
And frankly, the way how I see it is, if it's such a problem that people are waiting that long, maybe you need to reorganize how you set up appointments.
hmm I agree.
All right. Should we buy personal products? Okay,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
will open that up, and
And
then
then we can do the marketing
marketing
course. Yeah.
courses. Okay.
Okay. So how many items does that have?
That is
6.
6 items:
Okay.
toothpaste, toilet paper, hand soap, avocado shampoo, egg shampoo, and bath gel.
Oh. Okay.
Egg.
Egg.
I, so I don't know if I've ever used egg shampoo. I've done
Yeah, I
like
haven't
a
either.
beer rinse on my hair once.
I've used apple cider vinegar as a conditioner
Right,
before.
right, right. All right, I'll buy one of each of these. Toothpaste is expensive, but you get 100
Yeah.
of them.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna buy some shop space.
All right,
Make our store a little bit bigger.
all right. So I've got one each of all the. I'm gonna get an extra toilet paper because you only get 6 of those
Okay.
per box.
All right. So that opened up kind of in front of like where the jail cell is. So it added 2 spaces behind our like the tea aisle.
Okay.
So what we could do is put in shelves like here
Mm-hmm.
and follow this along, and then we could probably do like some more along this wall and things like that too.
Right, right.
Maybe something like a display in the middle.
Uh huh.
But yeah, so I'll buy a couple shelves to put over here for our hygiene
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
I wonder if we should move this shelf out of the way since we had some issues with people getting
Well, before there
stuck.
was a little bit of a gap,
Uh
and
huh.
there isn't a gap right there in between
Okay.
those, so I think we'd be okay.
Oh,
We could still move it if you want to.
okay. We'll
Um,
we'll, we'll give it a try. As
okay.
is. Oh no, it keeps falling. Okay, here we go.
Let's see.
Don't fall.
Get this
Good
perfectly
job!
aligned.
The magical broom didn't fall.
Yay.
Okay, I'm gonna start bringing in the personal goods.
Okay, shelves have been purchased, so you can load them right onto the shelves.
La 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 la
Avocado
la.
shampoo.
Hand soap. Oh, look at the lovely hand soaps.
Uh-huh.
So lovely and soapy. And full
So
of
what
soap.
other we have that shampoo. So we have like 3 shampoos. Um Okay, we can put that under the soap maybe.
So, I mean, you've been to cosmetology school. You know a little bit
hmm
about hair.
Mm-hmm.
What are things that aren't like formulated hair products that you that you like to use? Like, some people will do a rice water
Mm-hmm.
rinse.
Mm-hmm. So things that I've personally done in the past. I was trying to get away from uh for sorry, I just had a bot in chat. So things that I've used previously on my own hair that are a little bit weird are instead of using shampoo and conditioner, I'd actually use a baking soda paste
Interesting.
for shampoo, and then the vinegar for conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've done. Let me think. What else have I done? I've done. Oh, whenever I was a kid, I've used Kool-Aid to dye my hair before.
Okay. I've heard of
Which was kind of
that.
fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of like really weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done a whole lot with like natural things like that. I have
Okay.
heard of people using there's a plant that is like shampoo basically, but it's like a you have to squeeze it out of a flower of a plant.
Interesting.
It's kind of like a slimy type consistency, but it's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
like it's called like they call it the shampoo plant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of like cultures that live more naturally will use it as to clean their hair.
Right, right.
I always wanted to try that just because it looked interesting, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Um, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you can use. Like I went to the school that I went to, it was known for having a more natural brand.
Mm-hmm.
And they would use things like rose petals, for example, in their formulas.
Mm-hmm.
And they would use things the uh like the pits of cherries. They would get oil from the cherries and use that.
Huh.
Um, and there was kukui nuts,
Mm-hmm.
is becoming more popular. I think they have like a kukui
Yeah.
nut
I've
conditioner.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's kind of getting more popular, but
Right.
yeah. So I've definitely heard of some interesting things,
Yeah.
but I haven't personally tried a lot myself.
Right. It's like I've never heard of egg shampoo, but I've heard of people using eggs, like egg yolks, for like a face mask.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. Yeah. Um, yeah, I haven't heard of egg shampoo either. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we could actually do one more of the which one is that? The bath gel.
Yeah, the bath gel does not fill out very much. And I
Mm-hmm.
put
There's like
extra toilet paper out just because it only four fit on a shelf.
yeah, that's a good idea. That always
That and
seems to be
because,
a thing.
like everybody going crazy over toilet paper.
Right, COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Gosh, do you remember like early days of COVID whenever there was no toilet paper anywhere?
Oh, that was insane.
It was so annoying. And like the week that everybody went crazy was also the same week that me and my ex at the time ran
Mm.
out of toilet paper.
Oh, no.
And we had to go out and try to find some. And we got like the last one at Target. And then we found some at like local, like bodega style stores
Mm-hmm.
that nobody was buying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was awful. Yeah, Austin remembers it too. It was so annoying.
Yeah, yeah. What I did was, what Human Mother and I did was, we got enough food for like 3 weeks, and then I'd
Hmm.
go shopping and I'd go alone so that she didn't have to leave the house because, with her health problems, she's a little more
Yeah,
vulnerable and her age too.
right, right,
So, I didn't want her to be in a position where she would be more likely to get sick.
right.
So, I did that to protect her because I protect
Hmm.
my people who I love, you
Yeah.
know?
My mom
And
even like would wipe down her groceries and stuff with Lysol whenever she got
yeah,
home, or like those
yeah,
Clorox wipes or whatever.
right. Yeah, we did
Yeah,
that too.
yeah. It was scary times.
Yeah, yeah. But I
Mm.
mean, we're still here.
Yeah, we survived, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, LT, I would protect anybody in chat. I would absolutely
Okay.
protect anybody in chat. I mean, I'm always thankful for people coming and hanging out and saying hello. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's my nature. I like to look out for people.
Yeah, I do too.
Although, sometimes I wish more people would look out for me.
Yeah, I
It's
feel the
kind of one
same
of those
way.
things. Like sometimes when you're the person who's reliable, or people see you as strong, they sometimes
Hmm.
forget that you need a little help too.
Yeah, yeah, I know that feeling well, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It
hard. Like,
happens. Yeah.
you know, I'm somebody who, so like one of the things I have a reputation for is I am really good, like in an emergency. I
Hmm.
am really good at staying calm and getting
Hmm.
things done. The
Yeah.
problem is, after everything's done, after everybody else is done freaking out, that's when I freak out. And then everybody else is like, "Why are you so upset?" And I'm like, "We just went through a horrible thing, and I feel awful because it was an awful thing to go through, and I have feelings because I'm a sensitive person."
Right.
Like I have
Yeah.
feelings too. I am a super sensitive person. Actually, human brother often insults how sensitive I am. He's
Yeah.
like, you are oversensitive, Aspen. You are way oversensitive. And I'm like, well, I'm allowed to have feelings, and part of the good thing about me being sensitive is it helps me to be somebody who pays attention to the people around me, and who
Right.
helps me be somebody who takes care of the people around me. I catch on a lot faster when somebody's having a hard time.
Hmm.
So I always do my best to be there for them and to help them, and to, you know, because I don't want the people I care about to suffer.
Right.
But, I like it when people look out for me too. So thank you,
Yeah.
LT, for offering to look out for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that thing like I can't remember the exact term for it, but it's where you have difficulty telling how you're feeling at any given time.
Oh, is that alexithymia?
Yes, that's it. Um
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have that quite a bit. So I often don't realize that I'm stressed out until
Mhm.
I'm having a panic attack.
Right,
Like
right.
I don't realize that things have gotten that bad until it's too late.
Mhm.
I'm usually really, really chill. Like you know me, I'm
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
the most chill person in the room. But if
Right,
it's
right.
something that really bothers me, I tend to bottle it up and don't realize that it's an issue until it's too late.
Right. Yeah, yeah. No, I get that.
So, but yeah, I've been having trouble recently in therapy, like trying to talk to my therapist about it because she's like, "Well, how are you feeling?" I'm like, "I don't know. Why are you
Right.
asking me?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm in here in therapy, so you tell me how I'm feeling.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I have a huge issue with that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like, and for me, it's almost like I'm the exact opposite. I am
Hmm.
so aware of my feelings, of everybody else's feelings. Like,
Hmm.
I can't, it's kind of overwhelming. It's like I can tell a lot of times what people are feeling before they know what it is themselves.
Yeah, I can see how that would be
So,
really
like,
stressful.
because I'm super observant, and yeah, like I pick up on the energy around me a lot.
Hmm.
And it's funny, like I so like I'm kind of a very skeptical person. Like I don't tend to be somebody who believes just any random story or any random thing. But like the way I know how a lot of people are feeling sometimes, it's I wouldn't say it's psychic, but it's like the closest thing you can get to being psychic without being psychic. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you just have
just
like a huge like ability for empathy kind of a thing.
right. Like I'm really aware of
Mm-hmm.
what's going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, it's funny because I describe it actually. I describe being an introvert too, like this. Like, when you're an extrovert, you go to a party, you talk to one person, you give them 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Another person joins, and you can split that 100%, 50 to one person, 50 to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then a third person joins, and you split that, 33, 33, 33. However many people there are, an extrovert can easily split their attention so it doesn't overwhelm them.
Yeah.
For me, I talk to one person, I give that person 100%. Another person
Mm-hmm.
joins the conversation, I give the first person 100% and the second person 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Third person, everybody gets 100%. It gets to the
Mm-hmm.
point where I'm so tired because I'm giving 5, 6, 700%, and I just get
Mm.
tired.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just one of those people. Like I don't know how to not care about people, and I want everybody to
Right.
feel like they matter, and I want everybody
Right.
to feel like they're loved and appreciated and valued. Because to me, it's like that's what I want. I want people to, and I don't need everybody to like love me. Like I don't need
Mm-hmm.
everybody to even like me.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do want is to at least, give everybody the kind of respect that I would want back from them,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, that's important for sure.
So, like, I always try to do my best. I try to give people, I don't know about, necessarily the benefit of the doubt,
Mm-hmm.
because there are some not good people out there in the world, and I try to
Yeah.
pay attention to that. But, I also, I'm not, I don't want to treat people like, they're automatically a bad person.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, people who behave poorly, there's something going on,
That's
you
true.
know? Like, you
Yeah.
go shopping and you see a kid having a tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are like, oh my god, that kid is a brat. They are a spoiled brat. They're awful. What if that kid is autistic and they're just being
Right.
overwhelmed because there's so many sights and sounds, and like there's music playing and it's overwhelming for them, and like there's
Mm-hmm.
too many choices, and it's hard to know what you want. Your mom's telling you can only get one chocolate bar, but there's like 50 to choose from, and you don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one's the best because you really like that one with the peanut butter in it, but you also like the one that has the caramel in it, and you just can't decide. And it's just like, I get that. Like, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
and
for
if you
sure.
don't have that internal ability to regulate yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
exactly what it's like.
right. So why should I judge this little kid who's still learning how to be in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Who's having a tantrum on the floor? Like, if anything, the poor parents probably need a little assistance. They probably
Mm-hmm.
need a little support. And probably one of the things I can do is be like, hey, you need some help. Like, is there anything I can do for you? You
Right.
know? And a lot of times parents are appreciative because you
Mm-hmm.
actually care to ask.
Right.
So, that's kind of the way I try to be in the world.
Yeah. No, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might need more of the small Darun packages,
The
and
sugar, yeah.
maybe some more of the olive oil. I'm
Let's
just trying to
see.
kind of go around and see what I can, if I can
Mm-hmm.
get extras of anything. Maybe some.
We could actually do maybe some more spaghetti as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so olive
Also,
oil.
we still have like $4,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you want to unlock like the other hygiene maybe?
That would be
Or we could
good.
do some more sweets or
Spaghetti. So I said all. Oh, the little sugar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 4,000. We can do another one.
Um, Hygiene 2 would fit on one shelf. Sweets and snacks would take a couple shelves, I think. Or maybe like one in that shelf that we have that's open underneath the chips.
Okay.
They both are 2 points. We have 3 points available. So which one would you rather do?
Um. Hmm.
Hygiene or sweets and snacks?
Hygiene. I mean, Hygiene 2 has better hair products.
It does. It has like some jojoba honey
I
shampoo,
mean, like
mango
those are
soap.
the argan oil and the jojoba honey shampoo. I would
Hmm.
use that on my hair. Those
Yeah,
would
for
be good
sure.
for my hair. Um, Sweets and snacks. You know, what, let's develop that area with the hygiene stuff. I think that would
Okay.
be good.
Okay. I will go ahead and order those then, and I'll get a shelf set up.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to do so we're gonna need toilet paper as well, so I'll do a couple boxes of the toilet paper.
Okay.
And then the rest of the stuff. There we go. We'll see how much this fills up the other shelves.
Right.
Let's see. Mango soap. Mango is actually one of my favorite fruits of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love a good mango.
Yeah.
There's actually these mango candies that I would get from the Japanese market. I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm not sure that they're carrying them anymore. But um, they were two different mangoes. Like one was like a ripe mango, and one was like a more green mango.
Mm-hmm.
So these two different flavored candies. Like one was kind of sour, and one was more sweet.
Mm-hmm.
They were so good. They were like hard shell candies, but there
Mm-hmm.
was like a chewy center.
Yeah.
So it was very very good candy.
Mm-hmm. LT, you're asking about when you can meet grandma. So are you talking about human mother? Because I actually was thinking about that. I was trying to think about, maybe having, like, I don't know, a hand cam stream or something with human mother, or, interviewing her or something.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, yeah. Like maybe, I'm trying to think of something I can do with her. Like, if maybe we could do like a cooking stream together,
Yeah.
or what's another idea? Maybe even if we did a watch along, we could do like, talk about something that we're watching together.
Yeah.
Although we might maybe do a watch along in the Discord server. That might be a way to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have some thoughts. I'd have to think about it for a bit, because one of the struggles with human mother is that she's so honest, and I don't, I'm a little worried she might dox us.
Yeah.
Just a little worried. Um, and I don't think she would do that intentionally. She has a big heart, and she loves
Mm-hmm.
people, and she
Mm-hmm.
loves talking about the people she loves. Maybe a cooking stream. Yeah, maybe what we can do with human mother is maybe we can make some cookies together.
Yeah, that'd
We
be good.
could we can yeah, yeah, I think that would be fun. Or let's see, what else can we do? One thing I'm thinking about too, you guys, in chat also, one thing I was thinking about doing is I do tarot card readings, and I was thinking I can offer to do tarot card readings to people in chat
That would be
if you're
fun.
interested in that.
Yeah.
Or I can, invite friends on and do tarot card readings for them. I actually have a couple of tarot card decks on my throne because I like tarot card decks in general. I think they're kind of like cool to look at.
Yeah. I tried to study tarot for a while, but I bought a couple decks and I looked into the history of tarot and like what each of the cards mean and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I did a lot of research, but I never got very far with it for some reason. It was like I was hyper fixated on it for a moment and
Mm-hmm.
then I kind of like forgot about it
Yeah, yeah,
and then never got back into like actually learning about it. I would like to know more about tarot for sure
yeah.
because I think it's interesting for sure.
Right, right.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. I'm not somebody who's like super competent at it, but like I
Mm-hmm.
have a deck that has a card guide that comes with it,
Mm-hmm.
so like I can kind of like reference it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I did one actually did a tarot card reading for Heather not
Oh,
too long
nice.
ago, and it was really good. And the way how I do it is like I'm not super mystical about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think of it more as kind of a way to kind of illustrate what's going on in our life. So it might like be little kind of hints at insight on stuff that we already kind of know about ourselves and
Mm-hmm.
you know things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much how I think about it. Do you want to fill up these shelves a little more? Like
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. So, the jojoba
Okay.
and the extra soft shampoo and the argan oil.
Argan oil, extra soft. Any other ones?
Um, maybe the mango soap. There's not much
Okay.
of that. Yeah, I reordered a bunch of the other ones for the first round
Okay.
of hygiene because there's just, we might want to get two of each.
Okay. Oh, well, I ordered one of each. We'll see how it fills it up, and then we can
Okay.
order more if we need to.
Yeah. LT, you should not be the only one here. We should have so many people. We will one day. I think one day we'll have a pretty nice sized chat. But it's early
Yeah.
days. It's only been a month.
Yeah.
You know, and while it's nice to grow fast, I think it's also good to take your time.
Hmm.
I think sometimes when people grow fast, it's kind of overwhelming,
Yeah, for sure.
and it's
I
hard to
like.
know what to do.
I would like knowing. I would like seeing a smaller group of familiar faces than having a large group of people I don't know.
Right, right.
Kind of a thing. Like I would like to
Yeah,
have enough, to where there's people that I recognize coming in every day to watch and hang out and getting to talk with them and see how their day was and things like that, rather than having just like
right,
a huge group
right.
of people that I have no, you
Yeah.
know.
To have it feel a little bit more like a family,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's see. There's an ice cream box. I'm just looking at the unlock the franchise points board.
Mm-hmm.
We have enough points. We could do
Oh, hey
sweet and
Genma, how
snacks
you
too.
doing? Our Genki.
Hmm. Um, we have enough.
Supermarketing is awesome. Look at how gorgeous our supermarket is. It is so tidy. We
Yeah,
have
we
it
just got our hygiene
nicely
section.
stocked. Everything looks
Hmm.
great. It's
Hmm.
it's beautiful.
Um, we still have like 2,600, so we could
Mm-hmm.
do sweets and snacks too if you wanted to,
Okay.
or if you want to wait, we
You
could
know
do
what?
that
Let's
too.
just go for it. I mean, we have the shelf space.
Okay. So, oh, we still have 1 point available. I don't know. The points are kind of confusing because earlier we had four, and then you bought one of the things, and we still had four. So I don't know
Yeah, yeah.
how the
I
how the
don't know.
points on the franchise board really work. But
Right, right. Hmm.
so we need one shelf and one freezer
One shelf and one freezer. Okay.
for this stuff.
All right. Shelf.
It looks like a couple things of cookies and some jam, and then a chocolate, and we have
Mm-hmm.
an ice cream, another ice cream. So I will buy another freezer.
I'm such a perfectionist about things sometimes. And then I do E. Yay! Okay. And then a freezer.
I got the freezer.
Oh, you got the freezer. Okay.
Yep, we're
All
good.
right.
So we can start
Okay.
bringing this stuff in and see how much we need to
Okay.
stock up on it.
Perfect. Oh, yeah. Let me get the Discord info for you. You are always welcome to join LT.
Yes,
Hang on
please
a
join our
second.
Discord.
Let me get the Discord info. And so it's the Scuff Crew Discord.
Okay.
So it's not just for me, it's for Ocha and Heather and Ari as well. And we welcome everybody. Here. Okay, I'm gonna bring that back up here into the chat. Oh. I don't think I copied it. Hang on. Come on. So it's the Scuff Crew Discord. Copy. All right.
And
Paste. Yeah. So it's, again, because we're all kind of, starting at the beginning, it's not super busy.
Yep.
But, it'll get busy as time goes on.
I just built it like a month ago now?
Yeah. I
Something
mean,
like that.
Everything's really recent. So right now, a lot of this is really, it's just, what we decide to do with it. I think it would be really fun to do like some movie nights or.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. It'd be fun if we watched something with the community.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else is interested, but I've always wanted to rewatch all of the Digimon episodes with my community.
Right.
In particular, just because that is one of my special interests.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like Spy Family. Spy Family is so fun.
Spy Family is really good, yeah.
Yeah, and I watched the first season. I think the first couple of episodes of, the second season, but I have to finish watching those. So.
I actually just got the first 2 manga of Spy Family from my niece. Like she's an avid reader, but I didn't think that she was really into anime that much. But for some reason she had the first 2 manga and she was getting rid of them, so I took them off her hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really, really funny.
Yeah. I think there's some anime out there that are really accessible to people.
Yeah.
I think Spy Family is a really good one for that. I think, and kind of the way that for a lot of people, Full Metal Alchemist was that kind of gateway anime for a lot of people. And I'm trying to think of other ones too. Vanillate biscuit. Vanillate? Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. But yeah. So, yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Because, like, I'm not... I sometimes it's nice to not stream. And sometimes just chill out. Or, even, like, doing some, like, having a gaming stream in the Discord and, like, people just want to play a game there and stream it there to, like, a smaller group.
I really want to kind of flesh out the game system or the game category on our Discord.
Yeah.
I would like to include more games because right now I think we only have Minecraft listed because we have been like talking about having our Minecraft server set up.
Yeah, and that's definitely something we need to do.
Yeah, I would really like to have more games listed that we can all kind of play together. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, because I've never played Minecraft.
Really?
I've never played it. So
Oh,
that
I've
would
played
be
so
like
much Minecraft.
a new thing for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I have it on my computer. I bought it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like I'm ready to go in some ways. And that's it's kind of I'm not sure I'm more into the like adventure battle aspect of it, but oh my gosh,
Yeah, yeah,
building stuff, so
yeah,
much fun. I
yeah,
am definitely, when it comes to video games, I like kind of simulation games where you can build things or like, make houses, make a little town. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I like
it's
that too.
fun, it's relaxing,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
kind of a like so one thing that I feel like I'm not into about VTubing is just like random Zatsudans. Like I
Yeah.
would want it to be either focused or something, or be playing a game while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just a little more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I like being able to kind of like this, what we're doing now. Like I enjoy it so much because this is a pretty simple game, really.
Right, yeah. It
It's
doesn't take
not
a lot of brain
super
power.
complicated,
Yeah.
so we can talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's just like
And
us hanging out, but we're also happen to be playing a game at the same
right,
time.
right. So
Yeah.
to me, it's kind of like that's kind of like how I would want to, run things myself, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
All
I mean,
right.
who knows? I might do, a purely just chatting stream sometime.
Yeah.
We
Oh, we
got
missed somebody.
robbed.
Damn.
Ugh. You've lost $56.
I thought I did so good.
Shame. How dare they?
Somebody snuck past
I'll
me.
I'll 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 watch the front this time.
Okay.
Do you want to do maybe just one more round?
Yeah. That sounds good. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and open the store because I think we're good.
Okay.
Um, we
Dun,
can probably
dun,
fit
dun,
more
dun, dun,
like
dun, dun.
these chocolates go like really densely packed. I feel like we could put more chocolate on there if we wanted to, but I don't think we're going to sell down enough to really worry about it that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, did I price these? I don't think I did. I need to do that real quick.
I'm gonna pick up this broom because it looks like a problem. It looks like a problem.
Sweet.
I will lean it against here. So no, don't fall. Why is this broom so stubborn? Stay.
19.
Sit. Stay. Good broom.
Okay. Prices have been successfully changed. Oh, ice cream. I forgot the ice cream. 850. There we go. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
I kind of want to move the
dun,
ice cream into the same freezer.
Yeah, I feel that way too. Dun, dun,
It just makes me feel better when things go together. Okay.
You know what? LT, that might not be the internet. That's just me marching. Da 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 da. Because I'm not Star Wars.
Okay. How's our shelves doing? I think we're doing good. People are checking out the hygiene aisle.
Nice.
People are getting their hygiene on.
Nice.
You know what I saw on Twitter the other day?
What?
So apparently Lysol started out as a feminine hygiene company.
Ah, interesting.
There was ads to use Lysol in your feminine parts
Oh.
to for your hygiene to keep yourself clean.
Oh.
And apparently it was marketed as safe and effective. But then somebody died.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't it have
that's
like
how.
ammonia or something in it? Like
Yeah, it has some very very strong cleansing
cleansing
things in
agents.
there.
Yeah.
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 I just like imagining how uncomfortable that would feel to use, let alone
Oh,
like being
yeah.
told that it's safe for the human body. Yeah, I
Uh-oh,
don't know
these two
about that.
ladies look like they're gonna get in an argument. Oh no, good, they
Uh-oh.
broke it up. Okay,
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 okay.
let's move on. Let's move on.
Um
Good job.
so yeah, that was some history that I learned the other day.
That is disturbing.
Yeah.
We don't need that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
after that person died, they ended up changing their business model to become a household cleaning company.
Yeah. I think that's a better way of handling it.
That's like hearing about doctors that like back in the day said that smoking was a good cure for lung cancer.
Oh my gosh, it's the exact opposite.
So,
Right,
yeah.
right. Or when
It's so
people would
funny
like use
thing.
mercury in
Yeah.
hats and
Yeah. Like it's funny the things that people tell you is safe to use and then ends up
mm-hmm.
not being safe at all.
Right.
Like the what was it, DuPont thing with like Teflon
Mm-hmm.
for a while. They had it was there was a movie about it. It was like C8 or something. It was like this big chain
Mm-hmm.
of carbon that they used to make Teflon and other things. And
Mm-hmm.
they were dumping the waste into the water in this little community, and it was making everybody sick.
Mm, that's not good.
And they hid it for years. Like they said that like what they were doing was like all legal and like
Mm-hmm.
safe for the environment, and there was nothing wrong, and they covered it up and they got away with it for a while, but then eventually they got in trouble.
Right.
But yeah, it's just things like
Yeah.
that. Like it drives me crazy to think about like things that we use every day now, like it could potentially be hazardous to our health.
Right.
And we
Right.
and we wonder why we have such issues with like cancer and things like that.
Right. So LT actually just said, do you know bananas are radioactive?
Oh, technically everything's a little bit radioactive.
Right. But how radioactive are bananas? That's an
It's a good
interesting
good
question.
question.
All I know is that bananas are a little too sweet for me.
Mm-hmm.
I often wish they were smaller. Like
You can get baby bananas.
a half a banana I can handle. And I think I
Twice.
said before, like I guess we were talking about that a little bit, and that I like
Mm-hmm.
plantains a little better instead.
Yeah, they're a little bit more savory,
Yeah.
more starchy. Um, you were talking about breakfast foods earlier, but I
Mhm.
had just remembered that I'd actually heard of recipes for savory oats
Mhm.
instead of like having like a sweet like bowl of oats kind of a thing.
Mhm.
And I think I would like that better because I've always been kind of like an anti oats growing up just
Mhm.
because of like the texture and not
Right.
enjoying sweet things in the mornings. But I think
Uh-huh.
like a savory oatmeal might be an interesting thing to try.
Mhm.
Could see like maybe like some cheese and mushrooms or something like that would be good. I don't know.
Yeah. That's interesting. Cuz I think there's a lot of things like I don't know, like to me like a Japanese breakfast sounds just so
Mm,
healthy.
yeah,
And
I
to think
agree.
about how in the US, like, what is a healthy breakfast? Like, in Japan, they might have salad with their breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You know? In America, we might think about salad for breakfast. It's like, what?
Yeah. They usually have like a piece of fish as well, which I think is really good. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Starting
eat
your.
fish, but I think it's good for
Right.
their diets to have the omega acids and things like that
Right. Starting your
to
day
help their
with a
brains.
lean protein and,
Yeah.
you know, you know, some. relatively healthy grains and.
Something else I really like, especially in Japanese and Korean foods, is that they have lots of like sides to their
Mhm.
meals.
Right.
So you have more of a variety of foods
Right.
in the
And
course of one meal.
I've wondered a bit about how they do that many sides, and what I learned is that a lot of those sides are made with
Hmm.
the same basic ingredients.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's just
Yep.
variations on the same
Hmm. Hmm.
ingredients. And you
Yeah.
just like you like spice them differently.
Yeah, and I think some of them too, like especially Korean food, they do a lot of like fermenting and like pickling of their side
Right.
dishes. Like they'll have like
Right.
kimchi on the side, which is a fermented food, and they'll
Yeah.
do like various vegetable pickles and
Mhm.
things like that.
Right.
I love side dishes. Like I don't know about you, but like I
Yeah.
love having a little bit of everything whenever I eat
Right.
things.
Right.
So I would love
Yeah.
having like a bunch of little sides to choose from.
Right. Okay, so LT and Genki are both commenting on like what it is in the banana is it's potassium that's radioactive.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So, which is interesting. So, talking about human mother, she hasn't been getting enough potassium, so she had a little bit of a health scare around that.
Mm.
So the doctor said, you need to make sure, drink some, like, like Gatorade or stuff like that to help
Yeah,
increase her potassium. Have
yeah.
some bananas, other foods that are potassium friendly.
Hmm.
Although she's trying to be careful about bananas because she's diabetic. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, potassium's interesting. But yes, kimchi, yum.
Hmm. I
Kimchi's
tried
good.
making my own kimchi one time, but I don't know if it turned out properly.
Yeah.
Because like regular kimchi isn't vegetarian friendly, so
Mhm.
I was never able to buy kimchi like at a store unless they had like a vegan kimchi. Because
Mhm.
they use it's little like white fish that I think it's called white bait.
Right.
They use that in kimchi a lot
Right.
as like a flavoring, and then they also use like sometimes they put fish sauce in it, I think.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I
But anyway,
actually
so
got
yeah.
a vegetarian kimchi off of Amazon once.
Oh yeah.
It is decent. Like there was the TikTok like trendy like salmon teriyaki bowl thing that
Yeah.
was going around.
Hmm.
So one of the things she added to it was kimchi. So I went on Amazon to see if I could find a decent kimchi because don't get all that good stuff here. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it was I'm pretty sure it was vegetarian kimchi that I
Yeah.
got. It's good. Just finishing up ads. Ads. Okay, it's over. Yay! The ads are over. Okay,
Yay.
yeah. But potatoes and cucumbers have potassium. I should tell that to human mother. She might still be
Oh, really?
watching. But yeah, I like cucumbers.
I do too. My mom does cucumbers quite often just like as a snack
Hmm.
for us.
Have you ever
She'll just like
watched?
cut them up.
Right. Have you watched the Cucumber Guy?
I haven't.
So it's this one guy, and he's always making these different recipes with
Hmm.
cucumbers.
Hmm.
And I read recently that there is a cucumber shortage now because everybody is trying his recipes.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. It's so funny like what influencers end up like getting
Mm-hmm.
popular sometimes. I think it's
Yeah.
so funny to like you find this really cool food or this like craft or something that you want to do and
Mm-hmm.
you go to the store to buy it and like you can't find it anywhere because everybody is buying it.
Right, right. So I have a story about that.
Mhm.
So once, so I was a pretty nerdy kid
Mhm.
because, you know, like, I was nerdy. I looked nerdy. I had glasses. You
Hmm.
know, I had frizzy hair. I was a nerd. If you've ever watched The Princess Diaries, I
Yeah.
looked a lot like her before she had the makeover. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, as a young dragon in school,
Hmm.
um, I was not super popular. There
Hmm.
was another dragon at school who was very popular.
Hmm.
And so before I started at that school, a human mother brought me to school to find out what class I was in. And we met the popular girl and one of her friends, popular
Hmm.
girl dragon. And the first day of school, I found a note on my desk.
Hmm.
And the note said, I don't want to be your friend. I'm not going to tell you who I am until the end of the school year, but I just don't want to be your friend. And I was like,
Okay.
it was, you know, petty and mean, you
Yeah.
know, but it's like, I didn't care because I didn't want to be her friend,
Yeah, right.
honestly, because I felt embarrassed by the way how my mom interacted with her when I met her, and so I was like, I don't want to be your friend. That's fine. I knew exactly who it was because I didn't know anybody else at school except for those two girls, and I knew
Yeah.
which one was the leader. It was obvious. So
Yeah.
anyway, cut to like I don't know, a few months later,
Hmm.
and so human ant taught me how to make gum chains. So you make it
Okay.
with the wrappers from your gum,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
and you they can get really really long if you keep working on them. So I started making a gum chain, and I got it really long, and I brought it to school, and everybody wanted to learn how to make gum chains. So
Hmm.
I was like teaching everybody, and so at one point, I guess, you know, it got around to Popular Girl, and she
Hmm.
started making a gum chain too. And one day she comes up to me like, oh my gosh, look how big my gum chain is. Like, she was so proud of herself, and she wanted to show me because I was the one who started the trend. I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, cool. But I was like, why are you even talking to me if you hate me?
Right.
Right? But, you
Yeah.
know, I think that's kind of the weird thing with popularity and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care how popular somebody is. I just
Right.
care that they're nice,
Yeah.
that they're decent people. That's all I care
Yeah.
about, you know? Like, and I know sometimes it's easy to judge people, but, you know, honestly, like, I'm a live and let live person. I didn't feel a need to be, like, super angry at that girl or anything. It was
Hmm.
just kind of
Hmm.
like, you know, it's sad to think that somebody would be that superficial, that
Yeah.
they would just, you know, be that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it's not a great way to live. I'd
Right.
rather be kind to people.
Did you
And
go to the same school your whole life, or did you move around when you were a kid?
no, I went to a lot of different schools actually. And
Oh,
it's funny
okay.
because I never moved houses. I always stayed at the same place.
Oh,
But
interesting.
I've been to public schools and private schools.
Hmm.
Um, and you know, I either one, like, you know, I think, you know, I've had some good experience at public schools
Yeah.
and good experience at private schools. I'm, you know, I have always been a good student.
Yeah.
So, like, that's never been an issue for me. But what has been is just that, you know, because I'm a sensitive person, you know,
Hmm.
sometimes I'd get picked on or bullied. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm so I'm so soft-hearted, and
Hmm.
you know, it bothers me when people are mean or hurtful, and you know, I do not I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of meanness, and I don't think I. Yeah, yeah. There was one private school I went to where I was bullied a lot, including
Mm-hmm.
by one of the co-headmasters of the school.
Oh, jeez.
And when you have an adult who does it, it pretty much gives all the other kids an excuse
Right.
to do it
I
too.
hate I hate when adults do stuff like that. Like, there's
Yeah.
no need for you to pick on a literal
Right.
child.
Right. And so, yeah, and to me, that's a thing too. What kind of adult would I be if I was picking on somebody who is a child? Like,
Yep.
come on. Like, how screwed up can you be if you're
Right.
picking on children?
Right.
You know, and if you don't like children, that's okay. You don't have to like children.
Right.
But if you are going to be working with children, you have to be kind of sensitive to them. You
Mm-hmm.
know? You have to
Like,
understand.
childhood is already hard enough without having adults picking on you too.
Right. Exactly. So,
All right.
yeah. So I'm not a big fan of adults who, are jerks to children.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
I'm the same way with people who are mean to their pets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you can tell a lot about a person depending on how they treat children and animals.
Right. Right.
I just feel like it really, like, if somebody's abusive towards their pets, or treats them like they're below them or whatever. Same thing
Right.
with like kids and stuff like that. I think it's proof that they're not a very good human being.
Right. Right.
They have no empathy for other creatures.
Right. Do you want to do one last product order before we end?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So why don't you read off what I need to purchase?
Okay, so out of the newest sweets, the sweets and treats 2 or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
we need the ice cream, the Bonbeck ice cream box, or I guess it's Delatout ice cream
Ah,
box.
yes.
We need that, and we need the vanillate biscuit.
Okay.
Um, out of the sweets and treats 1, we could probably do chips.
Okay.
And what else did we get on that one? Um,
Yes, LT. Thank you very much. Yeah, I will try to remember to raid. Yeah.
okay, so let's go to, I guess, freezers next.
Okay.
So we need the red pizza boxes.
Okay.
We could do French fries as
Okay.
overstock. We need the crispy potatoes,
Okay.
the green beans,
Mm-hmm.
the croccante ham,
Mm-hmm.
the fondue,
Mm-hmm.
and then we need both of the burr mixes, the chicken and the vegetable mix.
Okay. All right.
Next, let's do sodas.
Soda.
So we need in the bottles, we need the black label soda.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the packs, actually the packs look fine. So that's all
Okay.
we need for soda right now.
All right.
We have some others in overstock.
Okay.
Let's go to dairy.
Okay.
So we could use like maybe 1 Gruyere cheese.
Mm-hmm.
We need. Go ahead and order. Go ahead and order 1 of each of the yogurts.
Mm-hmm.
We need margarine, but I think the margarine's on a different page.
I think that's a basic product, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Okay, I've got that one.
And we need the Parmigiano Reggiano.
Reggiano. Right, so the one in the green packet, right?
Yes.
Got it.
We could use, I think that's small sushi and the
Sushi.
seafood. Yeah.
Seafood.
And
Big
go ahead and get a
sushi, you
crab
said.
stick too. We have plenty of big sushi.
Oh,
We
is
have a
the
full
small
box.
sushi.
Yeah, small sushi. We
Okay.
have a full box of big
Okay.
sushi. So
All right.
and then crab sticks.
Crab sticks.
And then let's see. One pasta,
Okay.
the panzati pasta.
Yep.
Um, we could do, let's see, hummus.
Hummus. That was a
I think that was basic
basic.
products 4.
I've never seen hummus spelled that way.
I haven't either. Hummus.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, we could use dog food.
That is in preserves.
Yep.
Dog food. Yep.
Tuna pate, which I can't remember
Um,
where that is.
that was in basic products, I think, somewhere in
Okay. Yeah.
there. Yeah, got it.
Um, orange juice.
Yep.
Honeybee cereal,
Honeybee cereal. Yep.
rice.
Yep.
We could do chocolate powder.
Okay, that's in the first sweets, I think.
Yeah.
Yep, chocolate powder.
Um, for tea, we could use the brown bag tea and the green bag tea.
Mm-hmm.
I think the boxes are okay because we still have a couple rows of each of those.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we have left is hygiene. So we need
I know we
2 of
need toilet
each.
paper.
Yeah, we need 2 of each of the toilet papers. So there's one in the first one and the other one's in the second one.
Got it.
Um, honestly,
All the other things we stocked up on quite a lot.
maybe the hand soaps. So like the regular hand soap and then the mango soap.
Mm-hmm.
I think the shampoos are probably okay. Like we could fit more
Okay.
on the shelf, but I don't think we're gonna sell out of it.
Right.
So I
Okay.
think we can just let it go.
Right.
But I think that's the whole order.
All right. Well, I purchased everything. We
Cool.
can get the shelves all nice and
Hmm.
tidy, and then we can end for the night.
Okay.
But yeah, talking about bullying, I do want to say this.
Hmm.
As much as it hurt to be bullied when I was a kid, I am a really strong person now.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think
Yeah.
what makes me strong is
Hmm.
that I care about people.
Yeah.
And I like who I am. And I don't let people's opinion of me make me feel bad.
Yeah.
I believe in myself. I worked really hard so that I
Hmm.
could feel good about myself.
Hmm.
And I think I did a pretty damn good job.
I think so too. Yeah.
And part of, I think, what helped me to be that stronger person, a better person, is that it taught me the kind of person who I wanted to be and the kind of person I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be I don't want to be the type of person that would bully other people.
Right.
And there may be people that I don't like in the world. There may be people that I'm angry at.
Hmm.
But I'm still not going to be a complete monster to them.
Right.
Because I don't think that's a good way to live.
No, and
At
you see
all.
it a lot in fiction too, where like usually if somebody is treating you especially harshly, there's usually some other like underlying emotion there
Right.
that they're trying to suppress, and they use that
Right.
to like put you down, kind of a thing.
Right. Sometimes
Um.
sometimes that's jealousy, but
Hmm.
sometimes I don't always buy jealousy as an excuse for people's
Hmm.
behavior. I think it's a common one that people use
Hmm.
when somebody's like not pleased with somebody else. Oh, they're just
Yeah.
jealous. I don't
Right.
think that's always true.
Yeah.
But, like sometimes it's a person's own insecurity.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's misunderstanding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why people might feel the way they do.
Mhm.
I work at the doctor's office, I do, and most of the people are really great. But
Mhm.
there are three patients who come in who, out of all the like hundreds of patients who come in,
Mhm.
who really I don't like very much.
Yeah.
And I have to examine that myself. I'm like, why do I not like those three people?
Mhm.
And one of them, it's because there's a certain way she speaks
Mhm.
that feels kind of condescending, but I don't think she means to be that way. It's
Yeah.
her pattern of speech. And
Yeah.
she's very demanding of people's time. And
Mhm.
to me, I feel uncomfortable about that because I don't like to demand time from other people.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not so important that I'm more important than their time.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
I try to respect everybody's time.
Mhm.
But she just kind of has that kind of energy where it's like she takes over the whole room.
Yeah.
There's one
I could see where that
patient, yeah,
would be
and
annoying.
it's funny because she's friends with another patient who also kind of gives me that same vibe. So it's
Yeah.
kind of funny. And then there's a third patient who's somebody who is this guy who I feel a little uncomfortable around.
Mm.
I'm not sure if it's that he's romantically interested in me
Mhm.
or what, but I don't feel comfortable with him. And it could
Yeah.
just be that he has a certain awkward way of doing things, or that
Mhm.
he doesn't read my responses to him very well.
Mhm.
Um, and that's fine. As long as he doesn't, like, do anything inappropriate, I can deal. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know who I am. I can deal with stuff.
Yeah. And there's always going to be people like that at your
Yeah.
work that you have to interact with on a daily basis, or not necessarily a daily basis, but
Yeah.
often enough that like you get to know them a little bit and you know that you don't like that person. Like you're always going
Right.
to have that.
Right.
Unfortunately, it's just dealing with
Yeah.
people like living in a society.
Right. But I think part of it too is I live in a pretty small town,
Mhm.
and but I've spent most of my life living in city areas. And when you
Yeah.
live in a city, you're a little more anonymous,
Mhm.
and I would work with that so that I could separate my personal life from my professional life. But
Mhm.
here, because people know each other's families, people don't separate their work life from their home life in the same way that
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And so, like, to me, it's like, the people who come into my day job, they're not
Mhm.
they're not my friends. They're the people
Right.
who come in to get help from the
Mhm.
doctor.
Mhm.
And I'm still nice to them. I'm not against being nice to them. I'm not against being friendly to them. But I'm friendly because it's my job. I'm not friendly because I want them in my life as my friends or my family.
Yeah.
I'm generally nice to everybody. And
Yeah.
because it makes me feel good, I like being nice to people.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
it's also, it's my job to make the office feel comfortable so
Right.
that people feel like they can be healed.
Mhm.
And, you know, people heal faster when they feel safe and comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Um that's kind of like with like streaming as well. You kind of have that same thing where it's like yes, like I want to hang out with my viewers and I want to, be friends with them and stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean
right.
that I want to like be in a romantic relationship with any of them or
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
want to see them as family, that kind of a thing. Like,
Right.
I have my real life that I, go back to after I'm done streaming and
Yeah.
I have people in my life there, but it's kind of the same thing that you were talking about with your work people that you run
Right.
into.
But it doesn't mean you don't appreciate those people.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
I am
Yeah.
so happy when people show up and they chat with me, and
Mm-hmm.
I like getting to know them. I really do genuinely like people.
Yeah, I'm very
Like, and
interested in other people, but
right, right.
it's yeah, yeah.
And
You
and
still have to draw a line for safety, like for your own
right,
like
right.
personal like mental health and stuff like that sometimes.
Exactly. But, I still I'm so grateful to people who want to let me know who they are and want to tell me about themselves. And
Yeah.
I consider that, when people think highly enough of me that they want to get to know me and that they feel
Hmm.
safe with me and stuff, that's a big honor. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
I want people to feel like they can be comfortable, and I think that's the thing too. Sometimes you have to set boundaries so everybody feels comfortable.
Yeah. Hmm.
Some of So when I watch other VTubers, and I think I might have mentioned this before, I really the best chats that I've been in for bigger VTubers are the
Hmm.
ones where they have very clear rules and they
Yeah.
enforce their rules.
Yeah.
And I want to be that. If people would like an exception to the rule and they ask politely and they show that they're, behaving appropriately and they're not trying to be invasive or anything, then, like, sure, I can make an exception,
Yeah.
you know, because, I can tell they don't mean any harm,
Hmm.
and they're doing what they're doing to, engage with the stream and have a good time, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference between like getting to know someone over time versus like somebody expecting you to be friends with them immediately,
Right, right.
kind of a thing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you get to know somebody over time and you start to trust them a little bit more here and there.
right.
But like some people come in and expect the trust like right out of the box, and that's not necessarily how it happens
Yeah,
most of the time.
yeah, yeah. And I go by my instincts too, because I have pretty good
Yeah.
instincts. I can tell if somebody's being a little too weird, or if somebody's just, sometimes people kind of want to. I don't want to say role play exactly, but
Yeah.
like they have a way they want to interact, and if the way they
Hmm.
want to interact works, with who I am, then that's fine.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not a lewd tuber, which is why I have
Yeah.
specific rules about, I don't want people to, like, come into my chat and be, look for some kind of, you know, girlfriendy thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that makes me feel a little uncomfortable. And also,
Yeah.
sometimes when people do things, like, I think I have in my rules, one of them is, don't, I don't want people to call me, like, dear or sweetheart or things like that,
Yeah.
because a lot of times the word dear, I feel, has been so overused by scammers that if somebody calls
Yeah.
me dear, I feel like, okay, you're trying to sell me something and I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
So they kind of ruined the word for me, you know.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. But, I don't mind a little bit of, like, friendliness, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's more that I don't want people to, cross a certain type of boundary, and,
Hmm.
and I'll let people know. I'm pretty good at letting people know if something makes me uncomfortable. Nobody's made me feel uncomfortable yet,
Yeah.
and if it does become uncomfortable, I'd happily, I don't like putting people on the spot,
Hmm.
because I know people can feel sensitive. I know, just me being sensitive and everything. But
Yeah.
I'll maybe, maybe tell them, like, to the side, like, yeah, maybe that's a little uncomfortable. I'll
Yeah.
say that, and
Yep.
you know, I like to give people a chance to decide what to do with that, because I don't want
Hmm.
people to feel bad, but I do want to make sure, my boundaries are respected too. So it's really kind of a, group thing.
Yeah.
Gosh, we have so much stuff in storage.
I know. I
Yeah.
kind of like it though.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Because
Yeah.
then we don't have to order So much stuff
Yeah,
during the day.
yeah. Actually, I want to try something real quick.
Sure.
So I want to see if, so when you do product order, for example, okay. So something I noticed just
Mm-hmm.
now, the boxes that are next to the things that you were talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the yellow number is supposed to be products and boxes, but you can only see that if the product is on the floor, not on a shelf.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if they're going to change that in the future because
Yeah.
I just put one box down and I could see it in the yellow and the
Mm-hmm.
ordering, but whenever I put it back on the shelf, it went back to 0.
Yeah, yeah, that looks like it's a mistake that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, so if that ends up being fixed and it actually ends up working properly, then I think that would
Mm-hmm.
be a really good tool to use because then we wouldn't have to like go back and forth. We can see like what we have in overstock and if we need to order more.
Right, right. Yeah.
So, but that's more than Supermarket Simulator has. Like they don't have the numbers or anything listed yet.
Right.
So it's a good feature to have. I really enjoy this game a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
So I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and end the day so we can
Okay.
save.
All right.
We were robbed 3 times.
What? But God, I must have missed it when I was cleaning up messes on the floor.
Yeah, it's cool.
My
It
fault.
happens. It happens.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we will sign off here. I'm
Yeah.
going to quit the game. I just realized I turned off the music at the beginning of the game. I never turned it back on.
Oh.
I see you climbing around in the store.
I'm on top of the freezers.
Yeah, we got robbed 3 times, Genki. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So, okay. So, things that I'm thinking about doing.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, mean girl behavior is gross. And
On
and
top
you
of the
know,
shelf.
yeah. So yeah, Genki was saying that he heard about the dragon lore earlier about the mean girl and everything.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I think for me too, part of the reason why I care about accepting people from all kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of walks of life
Hmm.
is because I went through that.
Right.
And, you know, I may not experience the same struggles as somebody from different backgrounds from mine, but I know what it feels like when people treat you cruelly for just being who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
So to me, it's like I may not have the same experience, but I will always do my best to
Yeah.
treat people with at least some kind of decency. Like
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about sometimes you just need to shut up and listen, you know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So, you know, I do my best because I learned from, you know, my own struggles. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's important to be kind. So yeah, so things I'm thinking about, and hey, Ocha, by the way, have you
Yeah.
ever played Final Fantasy 14?
I have a little bit. I didn't get
Okay.
very far, but yeah, I have played it before.
Yeah, because I'm thinking at some point soon I am going to make a character in Final Fantasy 14. I know
Okay.
I've talked to Genki about it,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
my friend C, who did the Goose Goose Duck collab
Yeah, I
with
remember
us.
C.
C is
Yeah.
awesome. Like, C is
Yeah.
one of the
She seems cool.
coolest people I have
Hmm.
met in VTubing. Like, she is so smart and
Hmm.
so kind and so just, she's a great person.
Yeah.
So, one thing I'm thinking is maybe next week, I don't know how far I'll get into the game, but I
Hmm.
definitely am thinking about having at least one stream where I'm building a character for Final Fantasy 14. So,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, C is definitely a walking Square Enix advertisement. But
Okay.
yeah, so I'm thinking about doing that sometime, and I don't know if that's something that you'd want to get into, is playing Final Fantasy a little
Sure.
bit.
Yeah, I'll
And
install it. We can play.
yeah, and I do have other friends who are interested in it too, or and acquaintances. So I
Yeah,
might
sure.
get into that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, tomorrow I'm playing Untitled Goose Game,
Okay.
and Sunday I am continuing Layers of Fear. I want to get through the whole thing, even though it's scuffed. So scuffed. My computer doesn't like it. But, you know, I like the game. I like it too much. So,
Right.
yeah, I want to get through all of Layers of Fear. And then, yeah. Do you have any, like, upcoming streams that you're planning to do? Or,
Yeah, No Man's Sky just came out with another expedition I was interested in.
okay, cool.
Um, so I'll probably play that at some point.
Uh huh.
I was thinking about getting back into Rust this month, but
Mm
I don't know. It just they do like a monthly reset on their maps
hmm.
on Rust. I don't know if you've ever played it before.
I haven't. I heard
Um,
it's really good, though.
yeah, I play on a PvE server. I don't really like playing against other people just
Mm.
because you get your stuff stolen and it's really annoying.
Right, right.
So I play on a server where you basically just like it's like a survival builder game. So you like build a
Mm hmm.
base and you can do different
Yeah,
stuff with it. You can have like a little shop, or you can go
yeah.
fishing, or you can there's all kinds of different stuff. I was thinking about getting into that, but I don't know
Right.
about that yet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
other than that,
I
yeah,
know
I want to.
some games have a certain reputation. It's more because of the player than the actual
Hmm.
game. So I know
Yeah,
that there's been some stuff around Rust that has been
Rust
unfortunate.
is a very sweaty game. Like
Mm-hmm.
the regular Rust servers, like I used to I played it with one of my friends, and we were on a server where we were one of the bigger bases that was out there. Like we
Mm-hmm.
had a group of I think 4 or 5 different people that all had a base
Mm-hmm.
together, and we would all pull resources and everything like that.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty big base,
Mm-hmm.
and we tried to be like good people
Mm-hmm.
on the server. Like we tried to defend people who were a little bit smaller than us, and we tried to like keep the jerks away and things
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's definitely a sweaty game if you get into it a
Yeah.
lot, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not too bad on its own if you just do like PvE.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's not big on my list of. I have so many games on Steam,
Yeah,
and I don't even have that one, and so like if I ever got into it, it won't be for a long time yet,
yeah.
and I don't even know if I would get into it, but yeah, I want to get back to Smushy Come Home. So
Yeah, that was a really cute game.
right. So for those of you who haven't seen, so I did a few test streams before fully debuting, and one of the games I played was Smushy Come Home, and it is such a cute game. Like the play style is a little bit like Breath of the Wild, or like I know I mentioned the Neopets, The Darkest Fairy. It's
Hmm.
kind of similar to that in play style. It's
Yeah,
really sweet and cute and wholesome. Definitely very different from horror games. But
yeah,
I think I want to try that again. And now that I found my Xbox controller, I want to try it with the controller. I think it'll be a little easier to play.
yeah, for sure.
And so yeah, that's when I definitely want to get back to, because it's honestly like I really like that game.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's a possibility too.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So it's getting late. I am
It is.
tired. It's been a
Hmm.
long week. So
Now it's the
yeah,
weekend, so you can relax a little bit.
yeah, yeah. And I'll do some thinking about maybe we can figure out some watch-alongs for the Discord or something,
Yeah,
and that could be fun. Yes,
yeah.
LT. I will not forget to tell Human Mother that LT said hi. Yeah, and I'll see if I can figure out something to do with her. I'll have to coach her a little bit about it. Maybe I can find like a little PNG for her. Maybe I can find like a pre-made one somewhere, um, so she can have one for a stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will think about that. I think she'd really enjoy that. And because she's very curious about what I'm doing. She
Mm-hmm.
definitely wants to know what I'm doing. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I'll see what we can do.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
All right. Well, have a good
have a
night.
yeah. You too. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
I'll probably check out some of your streams at some
Yeah, and
point
we'll
here,
definitely
and
talk. We talk almost every day, so
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right, cool.
Well,
Well,
good night, everybody.
yeah.
Thanks for
Good
watching. Thanks for hanging out with
night.
us.
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. If you show up, if you don't, that's okay. Oh yes, raid. I forgot raid. Let's see, who can we raid? Do you guys have any suggestions or any kind of game that you would like us to raid into? Because let's see. Let me close that. Let me get to Twitch so I can see what's going on there. Okay. I'm on Twitch here. Let's see. Who do I know? Let's see. I do try to raid smaller streamers. Oh, do you guys like Warcraft? I can definitely send us over to Giva. Giva's really, really cool. Like, Giva's a nice, chill person. If Giva is okay with that. Here, let me see. I don't know Jeru Joestar. Look, you know what? I do want to give Giva a raid because he's been really sweet and he shows up to my streams sometimes, and I really do appreciate him a lot. He is so, like, I love the fact it takes a lot of guts, I think, to choose when you are a VTuber to choose to be a chair. Like, you could be anything as a VTuber, and he took the idea and ran with it. Being a chair VTuber, that is amazing. I think that is so brilliant. So let's see. I'm going to go to my stream manager. I'm going to go to raid. We will raid Giva because Giva is cool. Let's see. All right. Let's go visit Giva. Oh, he has pictures of cute puppies up too. So let's go. All right. Have a good night, everybody.